Welcome to Nerds with Dice. Tonight, tonight we are playing Die Laughing, which is a game designed for one-shots where we play characters. It's GM-less. We play characters, sort of in a B movie or like a horror comedy type movie. We'll be rotating who's in control of the scenes and stuff, but going over the rules in more detail in a moment. If you are interested, I have a few things of merch that you can check out through the link in the chat, or you can head over to Nerds with Dice on Twitter. There's a link there that'll help you out. And we are now sponsored by Grinding Coffee Company. They are a Black and LGBTQ plus owned coffee company, and I don't drink a lot of sorry, I was looking at chat. Well, I don't drink a lot of coffee myself. I hear it's really good from everybody who has bought it. You can use the the code Nerds with Dice over there to get 10% off, or you can just click the link that's in the chat right now, and that'll also get you 10% off. Real quick, I'm gonna have everyone introduce themselves. Feel free to introduce your character if you want, and we will start with Marcus.
Hi, yes, I am Marcus. I go by Spicy Curry Bread around most of the internet. Today I'm playing what did I say his name was? I'm playing Melville Roberts. He goes by Wooly with his friends. And he is pretty much a visual foil of Shaggy Rogers. He's the Sancho Panza to Shaggy's Don Quixote. He's a little short, a little squat, darker skin, and he also, if it's all right, I forgot to ask actually. He also has a little dog, a little Rottweiler Chihuahua mix that he calls.
I'm good with that.
Okay. Yeah, a little Rottweiler Chihuahua mix that he calls Roach. Or that is named Roach, I guess. Yeah.
Awesome. And Andrew.
Hey, I'm Andrew. I write games, and I also let's play games on my channel, and I am currently playing Brady Burnout Miller. I actually needed to ask, what is the appropriate age range for the game? Because I didn't give this guy an age.
Yeah, that is fine. I was gonna aim my character at like 17 or so, but you can. It's up to you how old your character is.
All right, 19 it is. So he is Brady is the gearhead. He is kind of a scrawnier little string bean of a dude. Generally in like A shirts and jeans and boots, grease, scars on the hands, glasses. He's got a gear assembly tattoo on one shoulder, and he drives around his really souped up a sedan. I don't know anything about cars, but it's a really souped up sedan that he calls Lady Hawk.
Awesome. And before I introduce myself and talk about my character, I'm gonna take us over to a break real quick so I can fix the Zoom call.
Oh no!
So just one. Hello, folks. Sorry about that. If we didn't have tech issues, we wouldn't be streaming. So, tonight I am going to be playing the cheerleader. I believe I named her Amber Marie, and we're gonna play to learn about the character tonight. I have been a little bit busy, so I just kind of picked a playbook and a name, and we're gonna go for it. I believe I have. telekinetic powers of some sort.
Do you?
Cheerleader. Yeah. Oh no, just psychic powers. I just
okay.
have pre.
It's no telekinesis, but I won't turn my nose up at it.
And and then I just have pom poms and a switchblade. So.
Concealed in the pom-poms?
Oh, that's badass.
Maybe.
Give me a C. Give me a U. Give me a T.
And so, how this game is played, we will be rotating who's in control of the scene. When you're in control of the scene, you'll roll, I believe it's a D20. No.
Sorry?
I might be wrong. D12? Yeah, D12.
Oh.
And that'll determine your scene. Yeah, go ahead and...
I only saw 66.
Yep.
So I guess I didn't read it quite as well as I thought I had.
Yeah, when you do trait checks, you'll roll your life total, and then you have to get the target number is like your body's is 2, so then you have to get 2 successes, and you roll based on your life total.
So you want to get above the target number on a number of die equal to or exceeding the stat?
It'll be a number of die equal to your life total.
Okay.
And yeah, so when you're in control of the scene, you'll roll the d12. If you roll the 1, you roll again. Otherwise, it is you do the scene that you roll. There's little numbers in the book. It's like 7 is monster attack. You set up the scene. You pick who's in it. We don't have a lot of people here, so whoever
it's going to be all of us.
In bigger games, you might pick 1 or 2 people, but. Yeah, and then eventually your character may die in this game because that's how it works. When your character gets wrapped, we will talk about the monster a little bit more and what the what happens when you're wrapped. But and the trigger for the end of Act 1 is one of the characters being wrapped, or 2 or more of us getting down to 3 life or less. Any questions? Oh, almost forgot. We have one other step we got to do.
Oh boy.
Because we got to pick. Okay, you know what? I know I've posted the monster in the Discord. I'm just going to pull it up in there because that'll be a little bit easier. I will roll a d6 for our setting.
Is there a table for scenes?
Yep, it's on. It's in the book. It's not so much a table as just a list in the book that starts page 44.
Got it. Thank you.
All right. Rolling for the setting. Let's see what we got. 3. So our setting is a rickety old house. So I guess before I'll take the scene first. But I guess what I want to ask is, how do we end up at this rickety old house? Why are we there?
Our wife has been missing for years and sent us a video that we traced back to this house.
I heard rumor that there was a suitcase full of money somewhere in town, and I've narrowed it down to this house.
This random rickety old house. Okay.
Yes. Clyde.
Like a DB Cooper situation where somebody just lost it here.
Oops. Oh no, it landed in the foundation of that house.
All right. We can work with that.
And why are you here though?
I don't know. I think we'll introduce my character in my first scene, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
Feel free at any point to just describe your character if you want to buy some time or something. But first scene, I rolled an 11, which means we get break the fourth wall. The lead character must speak or otherwise demonstrate a common horror movie trope, or turn to the camera and address the non-existent audience. The director is the camera. Director, you play the camera in this scene. Hold on, I want to make sure I'm not missing anything.
We have to set up who's to the left and who's to the right, right? Because one person is the director and the other person's the.
Yeah, so in this one, I am the director. So I'm setting the scene, and then I think that in this case makes Marcus the lead character, and then you'll also be in the scene.
And I'm here too. And Zoidberg.
So in this case, the lead character must speak or otherwise demonstrate a common horror movie trope, or turn to the camera and address the non-existent audience. So you're coming up to this rickety old house because you believe that there's money in this house.
No, Marcus is the wife.
Oh no, that was a joke. It's because it's like a rickety house, and what's the enemy? Hillbillies? Because it's like a Resident Evil 8 thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was like, it's very much the setup of Resident Evil 8. But yeah, I'll be here for the money too.
80 hours into Resident Evil 7, you'd think I would have noticed the
7,
plot
yeah, it's not 8.
setup.
Yeah. So what does I guess Melville? What does Melville look like?
So he is very much um, uh, 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 like I said, a visual foil to Shaggy. He's probably like 5'6", not especially tall. He appears to be of African American descent. He has dreads that are very neat and tied back into like a ponytail, pretty much. Um, he's wearing the kind of clothes that you'd expect a stoner to wear. It's a lot of plaid. I think it's fall, so it's a little chilly. So he's probably got one of those like denim jackets with the cotton hood on. Yeah, and I'm supposed to be doing a fourth wall breaking scene.
Yes.
Okay, so I think he walks up to this rickety house, and somebody's with me, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Burnout's with you.
Okay. Yeah, so he walks up to the house, presumably with Burnout, being that Burnout is the one that found out about this money. Uh, and he immediately pulls out a pipe and starts hitting it. Uh, and I think it's kind of like framed as if, or does the director uh, control like shots and stuff?
I can, but if you want to like set up how it looks, go for it. This
Okay.
is kind of your moment for the breaking the fourth wall.
Okay. Yeah. So I think they walk up to the house, and first of all, first it's framed behind them, showing them walking up to the house, but then it's a close up shot as it switches in the opposite direction, and as he's hitting this pipe, kind of very nonchalantly, uh, and he says to Burnout, "You said the last few places uh, were a sure thing, and that the money would be there. Uh, if it's not here, I swear I will die laughing." Deadpan stare into the camera. Solid 3-4 seconds, and then yeah, whatever else happens.
Can I do the response?
Oh yeah, go
I
for
don't
it.
know when the wheels are hitting the ground.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
like we're in the play the scene part, so y'all are just narrating what your characters are doing here.
Okay.
So Brady is kind of a visual foil to you, to be honest. He's a taller, skinnier white guy. Shaved bald head, yet the tattoo. The I guess denim jacket would be punk appropriate. With like patches and stuff all over it.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Um,
Battle
and
jacket.
and he's got a marble red 100 sticking out on one side of his mouth, and he takes it, flicks away some of the ash, and goes, "Well, you see the difference between those houses and this house is this one is the sure deal."
You say so, Burnout. You know, you should really stop with those things. Those will kill you. Takes another huge drag.
I could only be so lucky. Did you bring the crowbar?
No, no. I forgot that. I'm realizing.
I see. Well, luckily we have a secondary option in this, and he pulls out one of the like $200 something multi tools. So as long as we don't have to break a window, I think we'll be okay.
I mean, how old is this house anyway? Nobody lives here. We should be fine, right?
Well, according to legend, this house was built here back when the town was still new. And depending on who you ask, either the wife, the two kids, the husband, the uncle, the grandpa, the dog, or the realtor died here 1 year ago tonight. And weirdly, it's every year ago tonight.
That has to be all of them, right? That's one person a year.
I can only presume so, yes.
And it's
Terribly
about
haunted.
massively haunted by the sound of it. Huh.
But the important thing is somewhere in that basement is a suitcase full of money, and we're going to get out of town with it.
Okay, so Melville, roll. You're gonna roll a spirit check with a target number of 3 in this case for the scene. So roll number d6 is equal to your current life total.
Okay. Oh wait, what is my life title? Because I don't have it on
Starts out at
Should,
6.
yeah.
6. Okay.
Yep.
So I'm rolling 6 die and trying to reach my own spirit.
Against the target number of 3 in this case, because that's this one has a special roll for it.
Oh, I see. Okay. Okay. So just to make sure I'm doing this right, I'm doing 66. I'm trying to get successes equal to 3.
Yes.
Okay.
And let me check because I want to make sure that I got this right.
Is it 5 and 6?
3s are higher, I believe, for this one. Like it's the target number up, right?
Oh, so I'm trying to roll 3s here.
I think so. Let me make sure I'm not telling a lie.
I'm trying to make sure too.
This is the book crying out for bookmarks. Look at the scene. It contains traits and the target number. Each player in the scene makes a trait check by rolling all the dice in their life pool. Compare the individual die results to the TN required for the check. The higher the TN, the more blah, blah, blah. Each roll die that equals or exceeds. This is on 12.
Okay. Yeah.
And then you need a number of successes equal to or look at the appropriate trait rating for your character. The rating tells you how many hits you need to be successful with your trait check. Lower numbers are better. Okay, so you need to get a number of successes equal to or greater than the trait. Ha.
Equal to or greater than the trait. Than my trait or that target of 3?
All of ours. So you need to roll a number of 3s or more that exceed your spirit number.
Okay, so yeah, mine is 2. And I have I have okay, I get this now. I have 2 and I have 4 dice, 4 results that are higher than 3.
Okay.
And this is spirit for this one?
Yes.
All right. Target number 3 or higher? I've got 4 spirit of 1. Spirit of 1? I mean, yes, I know my character's sheet. Are you kidding? I've been studying this obsessively for the past 48 hours.
Hours on end.
Every minute detail is committed to memory.
All right. And how many successes did you have?
Oh, 4.
Okay, yeah. So you both, as you're talking about this, neither of you show any weakness or anything. Like you're not scared. You think maybe the rumors are a little scared. So you're, all in all, this conversation, comes off, good. Your characters aren't like showing fear or skittishness or anything. All right. So Marcus, you can just roll 2d6. I guess it's not a d12. I was reading up. It's been a while since I played this game last. You can just roll 2d6, and then the corresponding number will tell us what the scene is.
Are we looking for the total or the individuals?
The total.
Okay, I rolled an 11.
Okay, so here's what you can do. You can, since we already had that one, you can go with the scene above or below it, which in this case is flirt and montage.
Does it specify what the montage is covering?
So all characters involved in this scene, including the director's character, the lead player, all the characters are. The lead player describes a montage that involves all the characters. The lead player then makes a trait check dictated by the director based on the montage. If the trait check fails, the lead player loses a die as normal, and if the trait check succeeds, the director loses a die.
Okay. I'll go for montage. That sounds like it sounds funnier, frankly. And then I set up what the montages as well.
The lead player does. So that'd be in this case. I forget Brady.
Yeah. Okay, the lead character describes the montage. Oh, I do the describing. The director does not direct the scene, of course. Yes, obviously. So the camera kind of pans up, does a high crane shot down onto the house, and Brady and Brady and
Wooly.
Brady and Wooly, thank you. Brady and Wooly are sort of like stutter, the stutter shock of like the where they're cutting each like the frames out, so it's just like boop 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 boop, sort of teleporting around, like testing windows and feeling the doors and kind of like looking under the porch and like feeling the coal chute and the tornado shelter and all that, checking the outhouse, like looking for a way in.
Okay. And I'll just to say while this is happening is like when my character, when Amber shows up, like in her cheerleading uniform, attempting to sell magazines.
So you're just sort of popping up.
Yeah, like I walk up the driveway, and when I see Brady and Melvin, I'll be like, asking like, oh, do you live here?
I looked at Burnout.
Is this your house?
Just harmonizing. It's not our house.
Yeah, I'm just
Good
like I have these catalogs. I'm trying to sell magazines to raise money.
What was your character's name?
I'm Amber.
Amber, got it. So Brady kind of like just long, thoughtful drag on the cigarette, flicks the butt away, new cigarette, lights it. Willie, come here for a second.
Yeah. What's up?
She needs money too, and we could use an extra pair of hands.
Yeah. Thought we could.
Yeah. So Amber.
Yeah.
I forgot my accent. So Amber, technically, no. Legally speaking, if one were to talk to the lawyers about the situation, we are not perchance say the owners post facto hawk of this establishment here. However, if you were to check the registry of the nobody owns this house, but there's money in it, and we know that there's money in it, and you sound like you need money, and we need help. So what do you say you help us break into this here old rickety old haunted ass house, or haunted house? How do you
Very
say
haunted. Sequential murders, one a year at least, from what Burnout tells me.
Yeah. Okay.
I didn't think that was gonna work. Well, welcome aboard.
Like, she's skeptical.
Was that not the most convincing thing you've heard in your life?
But
Also, I'm sorry for the swear. I'll try to keep it more PG-13.
oh, that's fine. Yeah, okay, I'll help you look. I'm starting to think I went on the wrong driveway, though. I thought this was a different house. But yeah, I'll help you look. Nobody wants to buy these damn magazines anyways.
See, that's what we call entrepreneurship. Getting out there and getting your hands dirty with concrete dust from digging up the briefcase from the foundation or wherever.
And so I assume we start searching the house and continue the montage of searching the house.
I'm trying to get into the house. We have not yet.
Yeah. And then in which case, Marcus sets the trait check that we make.
Yeah.
Or that the lead player makes.
Give me something I'm bad at.
So we got... That's the wrong tab. The
Just
trait
on the wrong
checks.
one as well.
We got body, brains, mouth, and spirit are the trait checks.
So we are, or rather, I'm setting this check to reflect what we're trying to do now. So I'm trying to get into the house.
Happening. Yep.
Yeah, based on what the description of my montage was.
Okay, I'm going to say that's a brains with a target of... I feel like the house is old enough that it shouldn't be too hard. So 2, 3? I'll say 2.
Okay. I mean, I don't totally beef this. I did not beef it. In fact, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, yeah. Which
nice.
blows my brains out of the water. I could have phrased that differently.
All right. How do we get into the house?
I just looked under the welcome mat. There's a spare key under the mat where the key was hiding. That's where the mat was. It was right on top of it. Actually, if you looked, I didn't.
Now that is fortuitous.
Yeah, it sure is.
All right, so we get let in. we unlock the door into this creepy, falling apart house. What do we think this like what state is this house in? Is it like Resident Evil gross out house inside, or like just kind of general?
I like that
falling apart.
I do kind of like that, yeah.
Yeah, where it's just like magazines and newspapers and like gross old dolls and
do not open the refrigerator.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's just like this place is going to give you 11 different kinds of tetanus if you like trip wrong.
Oh God, this place is disgusting. Are you sure this is the? Like, are you sure you actually want to go in there?
Take a deep breath. You smell that? That's not black mold. That's opportunity and black mold.
Okay.
Yeah, appearances can be deceiving. This place is not much worse than my pad, and I have quite a few valuables.
Really?
Catch my meaning. Yeah. My fridge is not as like that.
Amber will like take off a backpack and set it down, and we'll pull out like a bandana or something out of her backpack and like tie it around her face.
Marcus, I got bad news for you, buddy.
What's that?
My trait check succeeded. You have to lose a die from your life pool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm down to 5.
This is the Dangeroy version of this. I'm excited. Let me roll my scene, and I will describe this scary house. I will try to describe this scary house with a 6. Oh man. Well, I guess we're having a party.
Which one is 6?
6 is party !
Oh, okay. Oh.
Which sounds like the worst idea, but I suppose it'll rile up the monster. So it'll be a bit of a lower key affair. So the group kind of disperses much like one would a gas into the old house, and this place is just heckin' big. We're talking like a split level duplex with Victorian, postmodern, brutalist architecture, which are a series of words that totally make sense. there's a stairwell that goes up that's covered in dust and just a huge mess in the living room. And the kitchen looks like a bomb went off in it, like a bomb went off in a crate and barrel. But crucially, and here's the important part. As Wooly is making his way through the kitchen, your foot bumps something and you hear like a little clinkery, like clattery sort of noise. And when you look down, would you believe it if I told you that you see a dusty old bottle of champagne, the finest beverage that any human can imbibe?
Yeah, Willie will pick it up and wipe off the label and be astounded by the vintage.
Yes, it's Le Quack de Duc. Which the guy who hates it when I speak French is in chat. So it's Le Montaner, Le Etam Bon Ale Zat Orlor. That's just on the label, and then there's just like a picture of a burning car on it. There it is.
Oh, this must be good.
And I think like, as Wooly is looking at this bottle, Amber walks into the room. Oh, cool. I hope you don't mind, but I invited some friends because I thought this would be a good place to have a party. It's cool that you found that you brought some booze, though.
Cool, yeah. Party, yeah. Derelict house. Yeah.
It's incredibly abandoned.
Yeah, that all adds up to me.
Well, all those young teenage kids were hanging out at a house at an abandoned old cabin in the woods last night. It's fine.
That most of them lived.
Yeah.
So help me out here, Teddy. Zoo. Are you the lead character for this scene?
Yes, I'd be the lead character for this scene.
So, are you bringing in the throng of expendable teenagers?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was a good idea to do that when we had party. So
you put out the call, and within probably 10 minutes or so, I guess like Steve and Jeff and Jennifer and Zitz and like this, the whole gang of let's do a nice round number of 5 additional people show up, and they sort of like pile out of a minivan. Lights and noise and sounds, and they stream into the house and just sort of get buddy with everybody, and just sort of really start to wreck up the place, somehow more so than it was already. But yes, now this place is awash in intoxicated youths.
Okay, and I believe I am making.
You are making me a spirit check with a target number of 4.
All right. Let's see. My spirit is 3. I have only 3 successes though, so I did not make it. I fail. So somehow this looks bad for me.
Aha. Okay. Here's how this works. Just out of curiosity, does a scene end with someone guarantee losing a die? I thought I read that.
I don't think so. I think they only lose a die if they fail the roll. Some will have like specific things.
Okay, and I can't kill one of your die right now.
I think I'd lose a die for failing the roll for some reason.
Sometimes the director plays into the character. Yeah, he's been doing that. The phrase, good guideline, keep me moves was 1 minute or so per character involved in the scene, yada, yada, yada. If you fail, it might mean that. Okay, failing doesn't eat a die.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay, so I guess it's just it sort of just assumes that you're going to sort of be blitzing through these. Okay, so
oh, hey,
um,
let me. I want to check something else because I think I
Wait, so
wanted to
if you
check
meet,
on.
if you
Oh,
get
okay.
successes equaling your trait, that's a failure.
counts as it's a success. It's meter beat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was perfectly even. I had 3 dice over and 3 dice below.
Oh, damn.
Uh, um, so the noise and the music and the sort of throng of these like just steady trickle of people kind of coming into this new party house um eventually reaches kind of like a tipping point, and it's becoming a bit noisier and overwhelming. The camera gets schmutzed with some Vaseline to sort of offset the give it like a diffuse glow. There's like a Carrie-esque like swarm of people sort of overlaid on one another. And then finally there's this horrendous noise as somebody on the second floor crashes through the ceiling and lands in a humongous cloud of dust and debris and particles and disembodied baby doll limbs on the table in the middle of the living room, and everything just like record scratch noise comes to a halt, and they all turn to you. And this is the most socially embarrassing thing that has ever happened to you in your entire life.
Wait, to who?
Uh,
To
to
to to
to Amber, yeah,
Oh, okay.
because everybody's like, I can't believe you told us to come party at this place where this guy fell off the roof. It's like I wasn't involved.
I told him not to go upstairs.
All right, and then that gives director to you, I believe.
Yes, it does.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
That is a 9.
But Teddy, we don't have to investigate the noise. We saw what caused it. It landed on the kitchen table.
Okay. Yeah. So. Are we supposed to roll? Hold on. Are we supposed to be rolling trait checks before? I think we play out the scene, right? That's how it works. We play out the scene first and then roll a trait check.
I believe that is the case. Let me check.
Yeah. Okay,
Phase
yeah.
1, set the scene. Phase 2, play the scene. Phase 3, make a trade check.
Okay. Yep. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that. All right. So, you're all in the house, and Wooly hears it first. There is a thunderous like chugging noise. Kind of sounds like a motor starting up. But there's like a small patch of woods behind the house, and you just hear you hear like screech, and then chug.
I think just a bit like a slight spin on that. I think like when it's the engine starting to turn over or trying to turn over, Roach, his puppy, actually hears it first and sticks their head out of his jacket, and he's like, well, "What are you here? What are you here, buddy?" And then he hears the engine turning over, and kind of scans the rest of the house to see if any of these smashed youths are hearing this as well.
Yeah, like a few of them are definitely like, what the hell is that noise? You
Why
know,
would there
what
be
the.
a car in the woods out there?
Burnout kind of mm-hmm. Well, that sounds like a two-stroke engine. Someone's out there operating a very tiny generator.
Oh. Wooly just says "huh" that one time, and then again, just a long pause. You think they're uh, powering some floodlights or something like that?
Well, there's only one way for us to find out. Nudge, nudge.
All right, yeah, we should know who else is out here.
We should investigate.
All right.
Yeah, so like I said, there's a small patch of woods. We'll say it's just the perfect time of year that there's like some pretty good bushes in front, so you can't see. Well, you can't just stay. You gotta like actually go in to the woods, and as you go in there, there is in the middle of the woods. There's like a tool shed of some sort, and outside it is a old rusted generator that is spitting out some like clouds of smoke.
Yeah,
And there's a light inside the tool shed too.
There's a what in the tool shed?
There's a light on, like you can see it.
It must be powering that single light, huh?
Generator that size to be able to put out more power than just 80 watts.
Maybe they got another light somewhere.
Yes. But who would set up a tinier cabin out here behind the main house?
I think you're muted.
And why would they be here now?
Let me take a look at that generator. You said it was like spitting out sparks and stuff?
Like black smoke, like thick black smoke.
Okay. So he starts Brady kind of like stands on one side, hands on hips, stands on the other side, hands like over his mouth. And he just starts kicking the crap out of it.
Willie's standing beside him, just crossing his arms, looking at him and nodding, like intermittently back and forth between the generator and burnout. Yeah, I think that might be. Yeah, I think you got it right there. Yeah.
All right. Roll brains with a target number of 4.
Now, is that just the lead character? Is it just the lead character rolling every time?
In this case, I believe it's both. I think it'll tell you if it's only one character. Otherwise, it's all the characters in the scene.
In that case, I should not have scrolled away from that. The noise, yes.
What's our target again?
4.
1, 2, 3. Yes. 3 or 3.
Yeah. Got 4 for 4.
It was an oddly close challenge for just looking at a generator.
Okay, so yeah, you notice like a big cable that runs into the shed, and inside the shed is several like old tools, like table saws and stuff. And I think just to amp up the stakes a little bit, there's definitely a dead teenager in the shed.
Already?
Oh.
Dude, I mean, we brought in the throwaway characters. Why not kill one of them?
Sure. That's
just
astonishingly fast, yeah.
No, that's good. Burnout, you seeing this?
Oh my god.
I'm gonna be honest, Burnout. I'm about to lose my cool. I'm about to lose it real bad, Burnout, my friend. Wooly is like, yeah, stammering and shaking and steps around the corner to smoke a bowl,
Yeah.
calm his nerves.
Um. Brady is. So what is the? Yeah, Brady's gonna like look at the corpse. Like, what is this? What is what? Why is this here dead body here made out of a dead person?
It looks um, like you look at them and you can see, one of the saws was like they were hit over the head with something,
Uh-huh.
and one of the saws was turned on, and they were briefly tossed onto it and then tossed aside.
Oh, like a table saw sort of situation.
Yeah, they were tossed onto it, so they got like a hole in their chest from the saw.
Yeah. So Brady's just got his hands on his hips and he's like, well, what we got here is just a bog standard, regular, run of the mill industrial accident. Clearly, this guy started up the bandsaw and then fell on it and then fell off again.
He definitely has a mark on his head from being struck over the head, but yeah.
Yeah, he fell off and hit his head. He landed headfirst on the floor.
Okay.
I'm going to
that
be
tracks.
Yeah, I'm going to be being gutted alive with a chainsaw later. It's be like, I don't think, you know what? These things just sort of happen.
There's an industrial accident. Yeah.
You can never be too safe.
Burnout loves OSHA.
Yeah.
Has all the regulations memorized.
All right. We'll pass off to Marcus.
Okay. I have rolled nothing yet. Okay. I rolled a 9 again, so either above or below.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because 9 was party, right?
No,
Nine was the one we just did, investigate a noise.
Oh, okay.
So there's
Yeah.
now flirt and physical activity.
Physical activity, that's so broad.
Which is
yeah.
the character is engaged in some sort of physical activity that requires strength and brawn. They might build or repair something. They might play a sport. The activity should have some sort of end goal other than just doing the thing. I think you're muted again.
I keep reversing my clicks there. I'll do flirt in that case.
Okay. So flirt is the lead player can invite a maximum of 2 other characters into the scene. If they invite 2 characters, one of them is the recipient of the flirting, and one is observing from afar. I think in this case we should at least set Amber up to be like 18 then, in which case, like, just to make it
Oh yeah,
not creepy.
Yeah.
Tonally just incredible after what we've just experienced.
Is now the
This is why I
time.
chose that exactly.
So, and I think what happens is that Amber like comes out to see what you found at the shed, and he's like, "Hey, one of my friends is missing. You wouldn't happen to have seen Shane, would you?"
Was he about yay tall? Bump on his head, big saw hole in his chest.
What? No, last I seen him, he didn't have a bump on his head or a saw hole in his chest.
Willie peeks over into the cabin, or into the shed. Yeah, maybe, I don't know.
He had short red hair.
Does this kid have short red hair?
Yeah.
I mean, it's red now, dude.
There's been a terrible accident, but yes, we do know where he is.
Oh, what do you mean a terrible accident? Where did he go to the hospital or something?
Apparently in the distance, Brenna says, "We're working on it."
Yeah, I think technically in this case Brady is the lead character, so
Mm-hmm.
I like I don't know if how you feel, but I thought maybe like to try to like distract Amber from finding a dead friend kind of thing. If that's how you're feeling about it.
That would make you're the director right now.
Okay, so I think Wooly will after Amber asked, did he go to the hospital or something? Uh, Wooly will execute his trademark dead 3 to 4 second stare, and then just openly start whispering to Burnout. All right, Burnout. I don't think we should let this young lass see her dead friend. I think that's a bad idea. I need you to work your legendary charm and make that not happen.
Me? I mean, yeah, you deal with the that. I'll deal with the this.
Agreed.
Yes. So Burnout's just gonna like do the thing, like shoves Wooly into the shed and just awkwardly shuts the door. Just hand on hip, other hand on the door frame. So I don't know if you have that we've spoken in the past previously.
I mean, we spoke a little bit when I got here, but
Oh my God, you're right.
we haven't spoken a lot since then.
That is true. He's weirdly sweaty, like abnormally so. So here's a.
Are you okay?
It's oddly hot. Did you go, or are you currently going to the same high school that Brady went to? Because he just graduated like last year.
Yeah, we'll say yes.
Okay, so he's like, so you went to Saint Jehoshaphat's High, correct? You are currently there, and also were in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just got out. Actually, I served my time, and now I'm on the street. Hey, let's have this conversation a little further away from the shed. What do you say? And he just kind of like puts his arm around yours.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, actually, you know, now that you mention it, I think I remember you.
Yeah, I'm the one with the really noisy car.
Oh, yeah. Because there's definitely no other high school with a
noisy car. Yeah, that's right. Twin cam, double carbureted, semi-automatic transmission. It's got the works. Here, I'll show you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'd love to see your car.
All right, so I'm going to take you out round the front of the house, and while that's happening, you have completely lost track of who needs to be rolling right now.
I think it's both of us roll mouth with a target number of 3.
Oh no, my mouth is terrible.
Yeah, same here. One mouth.
No, yeah, that's good.
Oh, is that good?
One
Yeah,
is
lows
good.
are good.
Higher is better.
Oh, right. Oh, okay, that makes sense because my brain's is 4. I saw that and I was like, damn, he's pretty smart for a frequent.
Yeah, he's got like
Yeah.
one on up here. Did you say a target number of 4?
Yeah.
I wish you hadn't. Can I convince you to make it lower?
It's what the game says it is in this case.
In that case, I absolutely.
Oh no, it's 3. It's a target number of 3.
Oh bugger. I think I still beat it because my mouth is 4 and I had like 3 successes.
Okay. And I guess here's the other question: what are? Oh, you have. Okay, so you're the gearhead, right?
Yes.
Do you remember which one you picked
For
your quirks?
Yeah, I've got everybody's buddy, and I also have a small multi-tool and a pack of smokes and a lighter.
Okay. I just wanted to see what yours did.
Yeah, that doesn't
got,
proc until Act 2.
Yeah, I got 6 successes.
Yeah.
Jesus. So I don't know. I don't know how to interpret that. I mean, like, I guess Burnout just continually vomits random car facts in an oddly endearing way.
Yeah, I think
It's like listening to someone talk about their passions, and it's like, yeah.
None of these words you say make sense to me, but you sure do seem to enjoy yourself.
but I think what it ends up being is like, she knows just enough. Like Amber knows just enough to like follow around and like keep up the conversation and stuff. And they just, and so like, it's one of those things where, yeah, in this case, like having somebody talk about their passion is kind of endearing, and they have a good time, and she's thoroughly distracted from her friend being missed.
But thank God it worked. So that makes me the roller for this one.
Director.
Yeah. It's your turn.
The roll of fire, whatever we call these things. Oh, come now. That better be a 3. Where did it go? Sweet God, it's left the zip code. Okay. Try that again.
Landed on the rare 0.
Yeah. It was just like, farewell. I've taken my rucksack. I'm out of here. Let's see here. Oh, I've got great news. I've got the best news, actually.
Oh?
I've got amazingly good news for you and me. I rolled an 8, which is physical activity. And the things that are above and below an 8 are investigate a noise, which we already did, and monster attack.
Did we get physical activity?
Yes, we did.
Oh, okay.
So now
Bring
it's
on the
time.
monster attack.
Yes. Set up a scene that makes sense based on what has come before. I choose when the monster attacks. I can force one character to enter the scene before trait checks are made. Narrate why/how the character shows up. So I'm singling out one person to be monster attacked. But I can before the traits are checked pull the other person in. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. I needed a steward's inquiry for that one.
Yeah, and this one doesn't necessarily involve the lead player. It doesn't mention the lead player, so I think, you choose.
Oh, don't you worry. And we are doing crazy ass hillbillies, correct?
Yes. And that is the playbook sheet should be in the.
I got it open. Whoa! Wow, that is a really high res scan. I need to be able to read it. Thank you. Let's zoom out slightly, shall we?
Oh yeah, I just screenshotted from the book.
Yeah. Well, Marcus, I hate to tell you, buddy.
It makes the most sense.
Yeah,
I'm alone.
Yeah, the tropes are there, and I don't like them, but unfortunately.
Oh my! Yeah. I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
Oh,
all right. Mm-hmm. So, what are you doing with the corpse right now? What an ominous sentence.
Right. So Wooly, Burnout shoves Wooly into the shed, and Wooly's like, okay, yeah, I'm dealing with this. Burnout's dealing with that. And then just for a second, just lets it sink in that, like, there's nothing that he can really do. Like, he's not going to clean it up. He's not going to, do like, perform, like, what's it called? That medical term, triage or whatever, anything like that. So he just kind of like shoves himself. No, doesn't shove himself, but like just gets into the furthest corner away from the body, and then he smokes a bowl, and that's it.
Okay, so you the light is sort of because the generator is a piece of crap. So the light is sort of like fading in and out, and you're just sort of like taking in the scene of this corpse, this human life that has been lost, and as the light begins to like slowly sort of pulse the thought into your mind that if he fell on the bandsaw, and died, who turned the bandsaw off again. And as this thought kind of occurs to you, the camera sort of like pulls back a little bit, and the light sort of flares, and behind you, tall enough that the upper part of their body is cut off by the top of the frame, is just a pair of very menacing overalls being worn by an even menacing-er individual. And as the light goes out, you just hear, Ren.
Wooly shrieks and runs out the door. It tries to.
With a horrendous screaming noise, which I'm not going to replicate to make sure my neighbors don't hate me. The door, like as you run through it, the door like closes, and then just the whole front of the like the door frame and the wall around it just collapses as this 8-foot tall, like potato sack headed wearing, checkerboard shirt having, overall stained in blood during, machete wielding lunatic charges out of it like at a full gallop.
So I have the whole wall comes down. That's so funny. So I do have something here. I took the charismatic set of perks for Wooly. I have talk your way out. It says remove yourself from the scene before making a trait check. No one can reduce your life pool as a result of trait checks in a scene. Does that apply? Because the monster might not necessarily, like, does it have means of reducing my life pool outside of trait checks?
I don't know. I think
this monster does not.
Yeah, this monster can't reduce your life, but I don't see any reason why you can't just sort of evade him using that.
Rather than like saying something.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or just like talk somebody else into coming outside and becoming the new target.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Wooly will very convincingly start screaming fire.
Okay. So, because all of these teenagers have been trained to know what to do in the case of a fire, they just like the doors to the porch burst open, and they all start running out in like this, like chickens with their heads cut off. People start running away through the storm drain, or the storm drain, the tornado shelter door that flies open. They run out. The coal chute door busts open. Second story window shatters as somebody jumps out of it. So you've effectively, he now has it's a target rich environment, and he just sort of loses track of you specifically.
I'm looking for Amber and Brady and Burnout.
Yeah,
I'm gonna run around to the front of the house in the chaos.
And that's gonna be the next scene.
Okay, yeah, if you want to end there, we can, which brings it back to me. Let me make sure I'm on
The cat's out of the bag, or at least the crazed hillbilly is out of the shack.
Yes, there's definitely a monster on the loose now.
You like that part 7 running, Jason?
Okay, that is...
My Jason can't swim. My Jason's spine is exposed.
Okay, so I rolled 6, which is party, which we already did. So I can go up or down.
Monster attack again.
So the monster attack can be done over multiple times. That's the one specifically that can be done multiple times. So I think we're going to do number 5, which is talk to the crazy person. So as everybody else, as they start running, somebody, you know what? We'll say there was like a rundown barn also on the property. Just
Yeah, okay.
and like a older dude who's clearly been sleeping in the barn comes running out, and he runs up to Wooly and Burnout and goes, there's more than one. There's a whole family. You need to know that. You shouldn't be here. This is their place. They claimed it. They don't like strangers.
Burnout is baffled at this juncture. I assume Wooly ran up to Burnout to facilitate this.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's still out of breath. He's like, in the shed. Machete. Potato sack.
In the shed, there was a machete inside a potato sack? No, that's impossible. Potatoes go in there.
He
And then that's the other person that you don't know runs up to like, there's a whole family of them. You need to be scared. You shouldn't be here. That's their place. They claimed it. They don't like strangers.
You're the stranger here. Who is this guy? Wooly, is he in the potato sack? What is this? Why is everybody screaming?
I'm not wearing no potato sack. Only the Hellgivers give that. You've heard the story. You lived in this town. You should have heard that story. You should not have come out here.
The sequential murders? The yearly murders? That story?
That's what they called him, the sequential murderer.
I just heard that today. I don't know any other stories about this place.
How do you not know about the Hellgivers? How do you not know?
I will admit that perhaps my research was slightly rushed. The hell, what's now?
They're a family. They live on this property, and they kill those who come out here. All them realtors, police.
The dog too. It's all starting to come together.
Who brought a dog?
I brought my dog. I don't know where he is actually. Now that I think about it.
Oh,
Roachy Doach.
Oh no.
You know what? That story, Burnout, that actually tracks because I think they killed that kid. I don't think he tripped.
Well, all right then. What do these hell takers look like?
And they're unwashed, unkempt. Their clothes are old. They're probably wearing a potato sack on their head or something, and probably carrying a machete. Who knows?
Something.
The weirdly specific details that jump out.
Yeah, as he's saying this, there's definitely the camera shot of like where he's looking behind you as he says this. And then, like, you can see the killer running around in the background as he's wearing a potato sack. He's carrying a machete.
You know, it's interesting that you're speaking about this in the present tense. Why would you do such a thing?
Because he's right behind you.
I'm not gonna turn around.
I don't even want to see. Honestly,
no, we don't want to. We don't want. There's your hard counter to your monster.
Instead of rolling the mouth here, I think what happens is I'm going to trigger a monster attack, and I don't know, like a pitchfork flies through and kills the old man that is trying to warn you about that. Just you should run.
He's probably right, Wooly. You're on mute again, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, I just said yeah. I agreed.
Just reaches over and like fixes your clip-on mic. Yeah, boom.
Oh my god,
boom.
that's funny. Yeah. Boom in the shot. Also, the boom is muted.
So I think we're legging it.
All right. So you're rolling. In this case, I'll click on the right tab here. Body.
Body.
And because you're rolling against the monster, your target number is 5.
Oh god.
Really wish it weren't.
This one has a high body?
So close.
And mouth.
Yes.
It
If I'm
says
understanding it right, the monster's target number sets the...
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm no good for me. I got 2 under 3.
I got 3 over 2.
Okay. And I think in this case that means he catches both of you and you're gonna... you're not gonna die, but you're gonna get injured and you're gonna lose a dice.
No, it was a body check, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I got 3 successes against a challenge of 2.
Yeah, I got against is a better word for that. I got 2 successes against a body of 3.
Well, okay, so... Oh, wait, yeah, never mind. Yours is...
Yeah, so Marcus...
Yeah.
It's a little confusing, sorry. Okay,
bit, yeah.
So... Yeah, you both managed to get away. And, as you do, I think what's going to happen is we're going to go to break, and when we come back, just because we have time limits, we're going to advance it to Act 2.
Yeah, it's really hit the fan at this point.
So we're going to take a little break, about 5 or 10 minutes. Make sure you get up, stretch, drink water, do all of the things, and we'll see you in a little bit. Here we go. Hello, everyone. We're back. We realized we did make a mistake, and we should have been losing life when others succeeded on a roll. So we're going to drop everybody's down to 3.
That's going to change the trigger for Act 2.
And technically we could go all the way to Act 3, but we're gonna stick with Act 2 for a little bit. But first I wouldn't... Okay, Cat, don't do that, please.
You have a guest star?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
He jumped out of my lap and knocked over a bunch of stuff, because of course he did. But I want to describe how you... Marcus, describe how you get... how Wooly gets hurt, and how you both eventually get away from the monster. I think you're muted again.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I think the last thing that happened was that that our friend that was sleeping in the barn got skewered by a pitchfork. And I'd like to think the pitchfork thrower is kind of that's their niche within murderous hillbilly territory. And I think they're going to throw another like farm equipment kind of thing.
Okay.
Not super familiar with farm equipment. I'll say they have the strength to throw like a whole plow, like a small plow, like the manual kind that you drag behind like a donkey or whatever.
Okay.
Wow. And it doesn't fully impact Wooly, but it does clip him, like the sharp part clips him. So I think he like takes a pretty significant cut to his to his like shoulder or something, and it makes him stumble and almost fall. But then he eventually catches up with Burnout and Amber.
Okay. And how does Burnout get away?
I mean, he legs it. There's a sort of like multiple shots kind of establishing like he's like just running, looking back, running, looking back again, running. Where's Wooly? Oh no. Runs back and just this. So is the Yeeter Yeetus, I suppose? Is he a different dude from the Heckin' Chonkosaurus that blew up the shed?
Yes.
Okay. So
it is a family.
Yeah. So he runs back. Yeetus upends another sharp piece of farming equipment. Say a scythe just goes. And Burnout like slides, grabs Wooly, and in the middle of in that move, hops back up in a fireman's carry and just adrenaline can do a lot of stuff.
They got me, Burn. They clipped me with the damn plow.
You're not. Nope. It's not. Nope. Shush. I'm getting you out of here. So the question here is, what happened to Lady Hawk that we can't use her to drive out of here?
Oh, does Lady Hawk get hit with the plow that was thrown at Mark?
So
like
there
just
is
like sitting in the wheel well, like
it's tragic.
Just like definitely just wrecked a whole tire.
Oh, I was imagining it was just like he threw the thing, clips Wooly, end over end, just goes straight into the engine block. It's like she's dead.
Oh yeah, no, that works too. Like there is no using that car to get out of here.
Not Lady Hawk.
And then I think so. Then Marcus, you want to be the first one to roll on scene 2?
Yeah. Let's see here. Got 2d6. That is 9. So above or below, right?
No, because we're on a new list, so now it's
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta go
go
straight.
off alone. The lead
Go.
player can invite a
Oh.
maximum of 2 other characters into the scene, and then the characters wander off alone and make themselves a target for the monster. And the director gets to cause a monster attack at any time during the scene.
Who's our lead player?
You would be the lead player, which I think works because you just took off running on your own.
Yeah.
I guess we could definitely say that you grabbed Amber if you want, and
That's,
that we're both running.
I got a plan. It's all up here.
Okay.
So, Burnout is just like legging it. Breaks. The hillbilly goes off the edge of the camera, which means he no longer exists. And he runs to a 4th building that we had not noticed before, which is sort of like an above ground, like dry cellar sort of situation.
Yeah, well, it was in a camera shot before, but the characters weren't paying attention.
Yes, it was established previously. You had to be paying attention. And he's gonna set Wooly down in the shed, and he's gonna say, all right, now you sit here and make sure all your blood stays inside your leg instead of outside of it, and Amber and I are gonna go into that spooky, scary old house right there and find you some medical equipment.
I'll try. I'll try to keep my cool, but I don't know how much blood I'm losing.
If you have enough blood to be afraid, then you have enough blood to be alive.
That makes perfect sense to me.
Yes.
I'm gonna hold on.
Amber, we have to. It's bad. It's really bad.
I know. Let's just go.
We gotta go.
Let's just go see if we can find him some bandages or something. You don't have a first aid kit in your car?
I don't have the courage to look. Actually, no, that's a good point. He kind of just like stops and he's like, yeah, as a matter of fact, I do.
Yeah, maybe we should get that instead of searching the dirty, disgusting house for what would, if we found anything, would probably be dirty, disgusting bandages.
Oh my God, you're right. So we'll, in the sort of like calm after the storm. Brady's gonna have like his Zippo light or his metal lighter sort of like above his head to like illuminate the dark, misty midnight set.
Where does Brady keep the like? Does Burnout keep the like in the trunk with the
yes,
like car breakdown kit?
Yeah. So he assuming we are not attacked.
I was gonna say, can I trigger one whenever?
Yep.
Yeah. It's up to you.
So you pop the trunk and like a little feral kid jumps out at you and just tries to strangle you.
I love it.
He's screaming, he's hooting and hollering, and he's having a great time. But he's real scary.
Which one of us does the attack?
So I want to say it's first. First, it's Burnout, but in like a very Gollum-esque situation. He's very small, so he's easy to fling off. I think he wouldn't pose that much of a threat to anyone individually. But yeah, he's kind of just hiding both of you. And looking for an opportunity to bite your throat out.
Okay.
It's kind of like where one of us is like shaking the doll like against the side of our head, and then tosses to the other person.
And
they catch
the
it,
other
start shaking
one's
it against them.
Yes.
trying to grab it off of the other person, and then he turns around and is attacking that person. And
Exactly
this
right.
feral child.
okay, do you want us both to roll body?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be body to either, yeah, like overpower this feral child hillbilly,
Okay.
or like fling it off far enough to get the med pack and run.
Right. Let me see how bad.
Would you believe me if I told you I succeeded?
Oh, each scene has its own target, right?
So for we gotta roll above a 5 because that is uh the monster's body target number, and then we
Hmm.
have to get a number of successes equal to our.
Cool.
I am going to use my precog to re-roll 1 dice. Haha, I got 2 successes and my body is
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, body 2 gang.
2. However, with my success, I am going to remove a life from Burnout's pool.
Oh,
And did you succeed as well?
I sure did.
Okay, so who loses a?
Fine, screw you. You're gonna lose one for you.
Okay, so we survive, but
A bit battered.
yeah, a bit battered.
Um, yeah. So the feral child gets kind of passed back. Oh God, this is very dark. Um, gets passed back and forth between the two, and then eventually, like, um, you said you had body 2.
Yeah.
Eventually, like, one person gets their arms, the other person gets their legs. Um, or no, better idea. Grab the med kit. One person gets the arms, one person gets the legs, and throw them back into the trunk and just slam it.
Perfect. How did he get in there?
I have no idea.
Okay, we
It was
got
all
the,
nice and organized. He messed up my high vis vest.
I don't think that matters right now. We got the med kit. We should get back.
Okay. We'll leg it back to the wolves.
All right. In which case, you take over the scene.
I do take over the scene. I got a 9, if you believe me. Which we already
Yeah, we just did 9.
Yeah.
So there's the chase and tell a story.
Oh, yes, we will do that. So the yeah.
It's very alarming.
um yes, so we've seen Papa Chonky Boy, we've seen Yeetus Cassidy, and we've seen Babysitter's Worst Nightmare, but we haven't seen the mom yet. So the positions of everything are a bit nebulous because the camera hasn't quite gotten them, like, everything in an establishing shot yet. So as Amber and Brady are running along the side of the house, the bay front, or the bay first story window explodes as a woman dressed in like sort of a 50s era, like, housewife sort of thing, but if the 50s era housewife had been buried alive, waving
Filthy floral nightgown.
waving a chain above her head, riding a dirt bike.
Oh yes.
Perfect. That is. They had one stunt like that on the budget, and
That's all we had. So I'm having a monster attack, if you believe it. So I guess it's going to be you and me rolling body target number 4. Which
I think technically it's me. I think we get separated here because you're the director, and we get separated here, and I'm the one being chased.
Okay, so in that case, we'll split, and she'll go after you.
Okay. And what do you want me to roll here?
I'm gonna be generous, and I will let you choose between brains to quickly think on your feet and escape, or spirit, to dig deep into your never say die attitude, turn around and face her, play chicken, so that she has to swerve and you can get away that way.
Okay, I'm going to invoke my trick, which for the cheerleader is my rules. If you're in the scene, you can negate the director text in the scene description, and you can do this at any time during the scene, even as the director invokes the director text. I guess I'm not entirely sure how far that capability goes. I think I can change how the attack happens, but not that there's an attack. Right.
The director text on this one is you can cause a monster attack at any time during this scene. So that's what you can choose to negate.
Okay, yeah, so that's what I'm gonna negate that I'm getting attacked. I'm getting chased, which I think I'll still have to roll for. But I'm gonna negate the director text on this one, and I'm gonna use one trick. Everybody gets 2. There's a trick under your quirk. You get 2 chances to use that.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
I wish
so
I
talk your way out was my trick.
Oh, that was your trick?
I think so. Yeah. Is it the one under the trick? Is the one that you?
Yeah, like
that is the trick.
There's
quality. You have your quirk.
Yeah, like you have the quirk is like psychic, and then so mine's like psychic, and then my quality, which I can invoke whenever I want, is precognition, and then my trick is called my rules.
Okay, then yeah, talk your way out was my trick.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, just mark that you used it one time. Do you want me to roll body to run away?
Yes, you will have to. Although you are in no danger of being cut all up.
Well, I mean, she can still hurt me technically, but because she's still chasing me, but it's not technically an attack.
Yes, she can hurt you emotionally. She can demoralize you.
My precog to re-roll one of those dice, and I failed. Rolling only 2 dice on a check where you need to is bad. I imagine you're gonna have me get winged somehow, and I'm going to lose 1 dice.
Yeah. So you just get just flattened. Like I'm talking like full run, nails you across the back, and it's just like from vert to horizontal, skidding across the wet grass. Yeah.
In my panic, I didn't think to run into a building or something. I just started sprinting into a field.
Yeah, running at right angles never quite occurred to you.
So, and then I just get flattened, and I'm just laying in the field.
And now it's your turn to direct.
Yes, it is.
So this act's going to end when someone gets wrapped?
Yeah. And I got 5. Argue. The characters get into a war of words. The lead player gets to choose what the argument is about, and if they want, they can assign that role to a different player whose character is in the scene. So technically it is Wooly is the lead character, but you can assign that to Burnout if you want. But you are... What are you arguing about?
I'm not sure, actually, because I feel like...
whether we should...
yeah.
Whether we should go back for Amber.
I was gonna
Sure,
say
that's
there's
good.
either that
Yeah.
or just arguing about the fact that like you shouldn't have come out here for the money in the first place. Like that was a bad idea and that's why you're in this situation now. Like something
I
like
think
that
Wooly's
would be.
yeah. That is perfect. But I think Wooly's judgment is poor enough that he's still like the money could still be there. Like
I could still
this is
get
a
the money.
this is a bad diversion, but the money could still be there.
Yeah,
So
we didn't
yeah.
really look downstairs.
What I'll say, I don't want to choose for you. In terms of finding Amber, do you want to be the for or the against?
I want to be the against.
Okay. Yeah. So I think the scene is you get back to me with the med pack after having lost Amber. When you get to me, I ask where she is. So yeah. Oh, you got the White Cross thing.
Yeah, here, just and he like takes out his multi-tool and just rips your pant leg open. And there's just a moment of him looking down and be like, oh, I mean, it'll be fine.
Look, I'm fine. Where's Amber though? We need to get out of here, and I don't feel right leaving leaving some near stranger but potentially friend alone. The other people I don't know, that's fine, but she feels a little bit less, expendable.
I think she got clipped. We got separated, but I got to patch up your wound first before we go anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, you're right, but we also have to not leave anyone behind. I feel like it's very hard not to dip into your accent. Yeah, we can't just leave her either. I mean, so we get this taken care of. We find her, we leave, we come back, maybe find the money, but maybe we have somebody else to deal with it.
Well,
I mean, it's here, right?
Why would they? These hillbillies have to be financed from somewhere. You're right.
All these rusted generators and farm equipment that can't come from nowhere. That's a pretty penny. Farm equipment is not cheap.
Arguing
Even the
is
rusted
hard.
stuff.
It comes pre-rusted. Artisanally
Like the stressed jeans, yeah.
Yeah, arguing is difficult because it's like, have you tried being reasonable individuals? Well, yes, we have. Well, I guess that's the end of the scene then. So we're in accord to get you patched up, and then we'll go find her.
Okay. Wooly smokes a bowl like he's taking a swig of hard liquor, like he's about to get his leg sawn off in a period piece or something.
Would you relax? It's just a menstrual pad and some bandages.
That'll do it, but yeah, that peroxide stings. I need to take the edge off.
I think you need something a little more heavy duty than peroxide.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. You're getting a tetanus shot for sure.
All right.
You're gonna need one.
This one comes with a mouth check with a target number of 4.
All right.
So my quality is when I make a mouth check, my TN is always 3. Is that target number? Yep. Oh, sorry,
yes.
It's always 1.
Yeah, that means like you. Yeah, you. I think
no. Okay, that's a 3. That's a 3.
Yeah, so you only need 3 successes instead of the 4.
Okay. Yeah. Dreadful vision, if that wasn't apparent.
Target number. He only needs to roll a 3 or higher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then my okay.
Gee. I swear to God, I'm not like botching or beefing these rolls. I am legitimately succeeding these. I can't succeed in this challenge, but I did roll above the target numbers.
Hey, I got 2 successes against my 1 mouth.
Okay.
So
yeah.
I blew it.
So, Wooly you get to take a dice from somebody for your success.
Okay, what are we at? Amber, you're at 2.
I'm at my final dice.
Oh God. Okay, so I'll take it from. I'll take it from. What do you have, Bern?
I got
3.
I got a pair of bunny ears.
Okay, that's a safer option, I think. So I'll take one from Burnout.
You get really wounded, and because you can't pass the check, in this case, you also get you're emotionally wounded, and you in terms of the movie, you just look bad, right? Like you look bad because you're whatever side you're arguing, you're not.
My argument is fairly weak.
Yes. And we pass.
It's like, you're just gonna leave that chick to die? It's like, yes, to prevent you from dying. What the fuck? What are you talking about?
What are you saying?
But if you make the argument right, it's a good argument, but you're not making it right.
Yeah. It was a salient point made badly.
Yes. Which means the scene is passed to Marcus.
Oh, was that? Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay. Let's see here. 2d6. That is an 8.
We did the chase, which means you can go. There's the monster attack is 7, which is one above it. Go off alone again is below that, or you could do the chase again if you really wanted.
That also certainly means, yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
I am just sitting there in a field after getting pulled over. You could totally go after me and.
I could, yeah. I feel bad.
Don't. It's kind of the point of the game, is
right?
To have a character.
So, So the matriarch hillbilly, we'll call her Marguerite, just a random name off the top of my head.
Yeah.
She wheels around again. She takes a sharp turn after running Amber over, and just comes back around swinging that chain. She's waiting to see if you get back up, and if you do, she's gonna thwack you with it right in the noggin. But if not, she's gonna probably run you over again.
Yeah. So here's the thing: I can't pass any body check to beat her thing because I only have one dice, which means she's going to. I think if you don't mind me taking over a little bit, I think she wraps the chain around. Like I start to like Amber's on her knees and she comes up and she wraps the chain around her neck and drags her down the driveway, and it ends with Amber going face first into the post for the mailbox.
Okay, the script writer specifically made that so I would look like I was wrong. Like, that's artificial. That's a character assassination against Burnout to murder this other person.
Can I say a slight diversion from that? Marguerite takes the long way around and does go past me and Burnout in the shed since the front is gone, and we just kind of see her getting dragged, and we're like, but besides that, I guess
Are you kidding me?
Nothing to argue about now. Okay,
and since I got wrapped, that means I get to do the fun little thing that is part. So since we're playing the crazy hillbillies here. So the wrap is for this one. It's called the whole clan. When your character is wrapped, you voice a member of the hillbilly clan for the rest of the story.
Oh, nice.
If yours is the first character wrapped, you portray the leader of the clan. Each time a new player joins the ranks, you decide what their hillbilly character's name is and how they fit into the hillbilly family.
That is awesome.
And I think I am going to the leader of this hillbilly clan. His name is what's a good Jedediah is a good name for
biblical name, yeah.
Other than one.
And he is he's like late 40s, early 50s patriarch of this family, and I think he hasn't actually been a part of the killing yet, but I think how we get introduced to him is we get a cut of him with a big old tractor chasing down like some teenager as he pulls up onto the farm, and starts barking out orders, to the various clan members to tell them who to take down. And this also means I get 2 producer points because there's 2 players left that I can spend to do things in the scene or in what's left, and it passes to Burnout.
Okay. Why would you foist this responsibility on me? Oh, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, the monsters attack again.
Yeah. Do you want to have the monster attack? Well, I mean, the monster can definitely do that. If that's
I
up to
mean,
you.
we are super vulnerable right now.
Oh, hey, actually, we should actually move to 3.
Yeah, I was just about to ask that.
Oh yeah,
In which
somebody
case,
ran.
which one did you get? 7.
Devin,
Yeah,
monster
it's
attack
still monster
again.
attack.
So why don't I re-roll because it's
Yeah,
it's
go
new,
ahead,
yeah.
reroll that. See if we
Because
can.
we're basically toast if dudes show up. Aha! This is perfect. I got a 10. Going to war.
Nice.
Oh,
Okay, I want to know how you do that.
So Burnout sort of looks around after getting your leg in a sort of a splint sort of situation and like bound up all nice and tight. He kind of looks around, and we are currently in the sort of cellar thing. And he says, I really wish I had taken Inventor. That's what he says. Oh, yes. He goes, I have an idea. Look. And he points the end of the cellar shack, and on the back wall is a rack of grade A grain liquor moonshine.
we get drunk and face our death.
No. What?
Oh.
No. What are you? No.
What did you mean?
I meant, and there's a cut, and he's just got like 24 Molotov cocktails.
Okay, hold on.
These
hold on.
is what I meant.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna invoke a producer point. Effects budget cut. We don't have a budget for fire stunts, so you're gonna have to.
Let's find out.
Do something a little cheaper.
Let's find out, boss. Because when a producer point affects me, I get to roll a dice. On a 4 to 6,
Ooh.
the producer point just doesn't happen.
Oh, nice.
3. Crap.
Oh, right on the cusp there. So what does that mean for Molotov cocktails? Like, what's the step below?
Yeah,
We're just throwing moonshine
it's
at it.
cheaper.
Let's see. Somehow cheap. We can't afford fire stunts, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So rewind.
They're drinking.
Yeah. No. Burnout points and he's like, "What about those?" And he runs over and he opens it up and he goes, "Vinegar? What the? Why?"
It could be useful. Maybe they're allergic.
What are you gonna
to
clean
vinegar.
Sorry. What are you gonna clean a saucepan? What are you talking about? These can be useful. He throws it down. Looks around. Let's see here. I guess he'll just like rip a bill hook. That's what it is. Like a bill hook off the wall and like smash a bench sort of situation, and like hold up a leg as a club, and he's like, "All right, you take this one," and he holds the bill hook out so you can use it as a crutch. These inbred sons of guns don't know who they're messing with. Also, you're on mute.
Thank you. I said, yeah, that'll do. That does it in a pinch. I'm gonna run with it, but we'll see when we get to that.
We'll just like step out into the night with our weapons brandished and like, all right, we just got to get a set of keys to one of the other teenagers' cars, and we can get out of here.
There's got to be some bodies just strewn about that we can check some pockets on.
Mm-hmm. So that's going to move it to, I believe. Sorry, I stepped on your scene. I apologize. So I'm used. Andrew's used to being in the director chair there. But yeah, I think that's a good stopping point.
Okay. passes to me next, right?
No, that you were just that. You were just the director, so now Marcus, who is on mute, is the director. Right?
Am I really?
No, I thought it was you. Cause didn't we?
Yeah, I thought you had rolled a 7.
Oh, I rolled the 10.
That's right. Yes.
10,
So now,
yeah.
yeah, you producer pointed on me. That's what it was.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what it was. There you go. Okay.
That's why I was confusion.
Which was a very funny use of that particular mechanic.
I can't believe you just curb stomped my amazingly good and cool
Really
idea.
good.
Don't have enough money for a fire stunt. You blew it all on the motorbike. That's what you did.
Yeah. However, it's very funny that he thinks there's moonshine in there and opens it up and it's just vinegar. 11. Play it smart. To refer to monster for trait checks and target numbers. The characters come up with a smart plan to deal with the monsters. At a dramatically appropriate moment, introduce a monster attack. And the characters using brains to deal with the monster attack again gain 1 automatic hit.
Oh.
So what smart plan do you come up with? And you know what? This actually goes really well with going to war. You have vinegar, you have billhooks. What's your plan?
I mean, I like the idea of just getting the car keys and getting out of here, right? We'd have to go back into the house because that's where the corpses are, but...
Yeah, you'd have to find one of the teenagers' cars and...
What do you think, Wolves?
We drink the vinegar and we face our deaths. No, I don't know. What do we even have at our disposal? Oh, maybe they have some other, I don't know, power tools, something we could use against them. I think there's too many of them to fight.
That's why I say we should leg it. That's why I say we get out of here. Find a pair of keys and get out of here. That's
right.
What I vote for the smart plan.
Let's do it. I'm gonna loot those teens. That's the only option we have left at this point. I'm searching pockets.
All right, so we got to find some corpses and then find corpses with pockets, and find corpses with pockets with keys in those pockets. I would presume.
Yeah. All right. So you, as smartly as possible, run over to the main house and start looking for things, which is when Jedediah, you know what, we'll say he has a chainsaw just for fun, walks into the house and starts up his chainsaw and says, "I'm gonna get you. Shouldn't have came to this property. It's mine." So brains roll.
Mm-hmm.
The target number, because the monster's target number is 3.
Okay. Well, I am unable to succeed.
We also get 1 automatic success, right?
Yes, you gain 1. You get an automatic success. So if you have, how many dice do you have?
I have 1 dice. My brains is 3. There's no way I can make it work.
Oh yeah, even with 1, you'd still be short.
Yep.
Okay, so wolves, roll it and see.
I've forgotten. Do I have? Did I take? I have that. I have 3. Did I take something? In the last. Sorry, did I lose a life? In the last couple? Because I didn't recall losing one. Okay,
No,
so I
you
do have
didn't.
3.
Yeah, Teddy and I had a Mexican standoff, and that was what got us down from.
Right.
Yeah. And then we both beefed from 3 to 2, and then we both beefed a check, and now we're at. We beefed a check respectively, and now we're at 1.
Okay.
So it looks like I'm gonna do a Mr. President to push you out of the way of the chainsaw swing.
I'm not sure I succeed either though. The target number is 3.
Yeah. So you get 1. You have 1 success. You automatic success. So you can roll 3 dice. You can get there.
Yeah, it doesn't get me there. I got 2 successes against, well, technically 3 with the extra one against my body of 4 or mind of 4.
No.
We're going down
No,
together.
we're stupid.
Yeah, yeah.
Marcus.
my mind wasn't. My brain wasn't any better. So,
That's hilarious.
But so you still have 3, so you'll lose 1 dice, and you'll be injured more, but burnout. How do you die?
So like the chainsaw revs and he's like, I'm gonna get you, and like slow motion starts charging towards Wooly, because Wooly's got the injured leg, so he's obviously the easier target. And like just slow motion, like chainsaw versus Wooly's like and Burnout's like and he just like in slow-mo sideways fully dives, crashing into Wooly, and just gets cleanly bisected.
Oh.
Now, here's my question.
Yeah.
We can keep going, and see if eventually Wooly gets wrapped, or we can make the decision that this, the pushing Wooly out of the way, he gets a little injured, but he gets to the car at the very least, and he's getting away. And we can let Wooly decide how the post-credit, how like at the very end happens.
If we did keep going, would
It would
so,
just,
so you would keep playing, right? Or Burnout would be dead, but
yeah.
I'm
So
wrapped.
like, and so you wouldn't be director anymore. It'd just be bouncing back, or we like Burnout would go to director, and we do another scene to see if you.
Would you both control monsters at that point, and would you both have producer points?
Yes.
Yeah, I want to do one last scene to
Okay.
I'm
get
okay with
you
going. Yeah,
get you from the house to the car.
Okay.
I am okay with that. Yeah, I like that.
And I'll say you're playing previously named Yeetus, but his name is Tanner.
Tanner. Okay.
Yeah, you're playing Tanner, and all right, roll for one last scene.
Is that going to be Marcus or me?
You.
Okay. I've got terrible news.
Oh no.
It was previously great news, but now it's terrible news because it's another friggin' monster attack. But I suppose that's
Alright.
to be expected.
Yeah.
Does he? I guess here's my question: does he run into Yeetus? Like, does he get out the door and there's Yeetus or there's Tanner?
I like the idea of like there's just this moment of like dreadful quiet as Wooly is like looking around, and like Jebediah is like shaking the guts off of the chainsaw. Tanner walks out from the kitchen with just 16 chef's knives in his fingers.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the child
Going the old
drops
Wolverine.
down. Yeah, the child drops down from the hole in the ceiling. Somehow the wife is on the stairs revving the dirt bike. Have I forgotten anybody? Oh yeah, and the big dude just sort of like walks in through the hole where the bay window was.
All right. What trait are you going to use to deal with this monster attack there, Wooly?
I mean, my only real option. I've lost one. Yeah, I've lost one. Okay, I'm at 2. My only real option is mouth. I don't even know. Oh, okay, I still have a trick left. It's remove yourself from the scene. Before making a trait check, no one can reduce your life pool as a result of trait checks in this scene. And that would be the second use of my trick. Is it just like I can use it whenever, but it takes up a use?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll talk my way out. How do I talk my way out?
I mean, they're crazed hillbillies, but they're not non-sentient hillbillies.
Yeah.
This is true, yeah. So I think if this is okay as well, I think there's at least like another strewn body in the vicinity, and I'll kind of slowly check the pockets while I'm talking. This is, at first I was put off by the grisly murders at first, but I think this is a lovely family you have here. Just looking at all of you, you're all very similar. You're all unified in the undertaking and the project of murdering teens. Normally, that's not cool. Society looks down on that, but it has brought you together, and it has brought me together with you as well. And I would like to still checking for keys in the pockets. I'd like to celebrate this union, and uh, having either found or not found keys, Wooly will then pull out a Ziploc bag of weed that I'm considering to be my item, more weed. And I'd like to offer you all a fine toke of my finest product.
Is more weed your stuff?
Yeah, my stuff is pipe, weed, and lighter, and more weed.
You just won.
I won.
You can burn a stuff to instantly pass a check.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I actually forgot about my items and stuff, but yeah, no, you can do that.
Okay, so yeah, I'll literally burn a stuff. As I'm still talking to them, I'll head over to a fireplace that I assume is there, and keep talking. Yes, I think you're all lovely people. I think maybe you could curb the gruesome homicides a little bit. But in the meantime, I'd
the brakes on the murdering, please.
In the meantime, I'd like to celebrate our time together at the very least. And then we'll use his lighter to set a fire, looking over his shoulder all the time to see that he's still not been murdered. And then he'll toss the bag into the fire and kind of fan it to make it blow around the house.
What are you doing?
Wait, hey, now wait a minute. He's got a point. Let the man talk.
It does smell like it's good stuff.
Oh, only the highest quality. Thanks, my friend. Good stuff here. Yeah, take a deep breath. Wooly will be like fanning it out to them frantically, like just hoping that like if they get high enough, they'll be cool. They'll chill out. Oh, also, never mind. He was about to ask about the money. Never mind.
No, do it. Whatever. You know what?
No, do it. Ask about the money. That's great.
Okay. By chance, now that we're in a more cordial setting, do you have money in your foundation? Suitcase full of cash?
Well, as a matter of fact,
and he, you said, what was his name? Teddy?
Tanner.
Tanner, like goes down to the basement and comes back up. And he says,
we're God-fearing, good-natured, loving people here, and we've got no use for your material needs. We simply seek to live a life of peace alone, far away from all of the trappings of modernity. So here, I guess you could just have it. We don't really have a use for it.
Though we did use a good portion of it for a new moonshine still.
Mm-hmm. So. Yeah.
But you can have the rest. We don't have any need for it beyond that.
Wooly is just so puzzled.
This is the weirdest day.
It's the God-fearing thing. We're kindly, loving people. He's not going to challenge it. He's not going to say anything. He's going to pick up the suitcase and he's going to leave. I think Roach trots up beside him too. Totally fine.
Yeah,
just indifferent and oblivious.
Kill the dog. Are you out of your mind?
Yeah, just a little puppy, a little Chihuahua, Rottweiler mix.
So, Marcus, I have a sincere and earnest question for you.
Please.
Were the real hillbilly murderers the friends that we made along the way?
Friends, enemies. Yeah, who can really draw the line there?
So here's the thing. If you want, as the survivor, you can kind of like wrap things up how you want, or if you want, there is a post-credits roll that we can make to see if we get something special.
I like that. Yeah.
Okay. So for what we do for that is we roll 2 dice, and if we roll doubles, there's a post credit sequence relating to that.
Oh bugger! I put my dice away when I died, like some kind of fool. All of us do.
Yeah, all of us. Why not? It's all roll. Just roll 2 dice to see if you get doubles. I did not.
That's what I was hoping it was.
I'm legitimately not shitting you right now.
No way.
Nice.
Like I rolled so well that I worry that people watching the stream are going to think I was a liar. Because I legitimately had really good rolls this whole time. And I don't want to be like, I'm cheating. No, like I need to set up a dice cam that isn't like a groin cam.
What did you roll, Marcus?
I got a 3 and a 6. So no doubles.
Okay, so 4. If you roll double 4s, it's on Set Shenanigans. All players offer up a description of how their characters, actor or actress, goofed around on set during filming. So, who wants to go first?
Yeah, the honor is yours, Marcus.
Thank you. Yeah, Wooly it's pretty on brand. Wooly would frequently swap out the prop weed for real weed.
Yay!
Yeah.
What a fucking hero.
Yeah.
So that last scene was definitely a few takes as everybody got a nice.
Yeah.
The director's like, everyone's weirdly distracted today.
Wooly.
This is super odd.
Why is everybody laughing during this final scene? Like,
it's tragic.
Burnout just got chainsawed in half. There's nothing funny about that. What's happening here? Good stuff.
All right, Burnout. What's your on-set shenanigans?
Burnout. Burnout convinced all of the hillbilly actors to like there's an alternate take for a couple of scenes where everything is the same, but the hillbilly actors are all replaced with Muppets.
Yes.
I like it. Amber's on-set shenanigans. It's actually in the, like, if you the extras, you know, that they have, is there's a thing in there of Amber and all the hillbillies dancing to the Monster Mash.
Yay!
All right.
She like coordinated the whole thing and like convinced everyone to get into it.
I like that they in this post fiction, all the hillbillies are like cool as hell.
Nice. All right. Wow, that was a lot of fun. I hope everybody had fun as well. And it is time to wrap up. So, Andrew, who are you? Where can people find you?
I am, like I said, I am a Let's Player. I do games every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, starting from 7 p.m. Central Time to 9 p.m. Central Time. I don't change time zones in between. I don't know why I specified that. It's Scaretober, so I'm doing mostly horror stuff, as well as some co-op games. And you can find all that on the YouTube that's linked on my Twitter. And I'm also a tabletop game designer, so you can find all of my my games, most of which involve horror, such as Delirium, Nightmare Theater at s-15studios.itch.io. And I also write short fiction, which you can find, as well as articles, which you can find at s-15studios.com. And my Twitter and Mastodon handles are at the Siege Andrew.
Awesome. And
loads
Marcus,
of content.
Where can we find you?
Hey, yeah, I'm Marcus. I'm Spicy Curry Bread around most of the internet. I'm also going to be on Tales from the Campfire next week, Tuesday, 8 p.m.
Wednesday.
Eastern.
Wednesday.
Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern.
Yes.
I actually design games here and there too, on the side a little bit. Spicy Curry Bread on itch. I think there's one actual game on there, one very jokey game about developing your id, ego, and superego and reincarnating at the end of your life and stuff, and then some other texts. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Awesome. And I am Nerdy Teddy. You can find me on Twitter at Nerdy Teddy. I'm also in the Nerds with Dice Discord, and you can find me here Tuesdays for Rift's Ballad of Fates, our long-running campaign. We're approaching 40 episodes now. I play a nature mage slash healer named Peppermint. It's a really weird character to play in Rifts because everything's gone to hell and I am most likely to die. But
Laughing, I hope.
hopefully. And on Wednesdays for the rest of the month, I will be running Tales from the Loop, which is the Tales from the Campfire game, which we're doing episodic, like Tales from the Crypt type game where some younger kids and teenagers attempt to survive weird things. The yesterday's episode will be on YouTube soon. It was they had people turned into zombies slash ghouls by glow in the dark soda. So that was a lot of fun.
As you do.
Yeah, of course. And there will be various other stuff all month long for that. Monday nights I am on the Bardic Nox channel playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And I too also write some games and stuff sometimes. I keep saying I'm going to write, but I have not had the spoons to actually do so. But you can find the Tax Sisters over there, which is add some NPCs to your Visivas for small goss games. I describe them as the Hex Girls mixed with the Canker Sisters from Ed and Eddie. They are wannabe vampire punk rock girls who can cause some trouble in your game, and they're a lot of fun, and I don't think I missed anything. We are going to raid Misdirected Mark, and let y'all hold on, let me make sure I'm spelling this correctly. And let everybody get out of here for the night. Thank you for joining us. Hope you enjoyed watching us make a very B movie, but it was fun. Had a lot of good moments. All right. See everyone next time. Bye.
Bye.